All right, so mid-September, I did want to give recognition to all the people who currently have Success Club points right now. Jesse Wicks, Katie Shalad, Veronica Bailey, Richard Zakic, I'm sorry if I pronounced your name wrong, Dana Kemp, and Jillian Hemming. So for everybody else, myself included, we still have a while, half the month, to hit Success Club. So don't think that it's, time has run out and it's over. So keep inviting and keep doing everything that you're doing. Oh, there's that fly. Oh, now I'm going to look like a crazy person. So I listened to a podcast earlier this week that made 13,000 light bulbs go off in my head. And I thought that it would be good to share, which was part of the steps in this how to earn more money with your business in 90 days. And basically, I'll post, I guess, when I post the recording of this, I'll post the link to this actual podcast also, so that if you want to hear Shailene talk about it specifically, like her voice and everything that she says with it, you can do that too. So I would have a pen and paper available to write these steps down. There's 11 of them actually. And don't feel like you have to think of these things right on the spot. Some of them for me, as I was listening to this podcast, they came to me and I was like, oh, that's what I need to do for that. That's what I need to do for that. But some of them, I had to think a little bit more. But I think if we put this into motion and we all help to keep each other accountable with these 11 steps, incredible things are going to happen. And everything that Shailene Johnson says is like gold flecks flying out of her mouth that I always listen to, and I'm sure you guys are very similar. So basically, there's 11 steps. We're going to go over all of them. Write them down kind of, if you think of ideas as you're listening, write those down too. But again, don't think that you need to specifically think of everything like right as you go through it. Some stuff might come to you. So these are goals that need to be done within the next 90 days. Some of them are daily, some of them are weekly, some of them are just one time in the next 90 days. So, and they're all goals. So the first one is you need a goal related to the people who are helping you most in your business. So whether that's whoever it is, for us, it's our coaches, customers, and we were actually just talking about this on a message thread earlier. Was it today? I don't even remember if it was today or yesterday, about doing things for your coaches just out of the blue, making people feel important and giving them credit, and making them feel like what they're doing matters to you. So think of if it's a multiple amount of people and you're going to do different things for them, write that down. Or if you can think of just specific people, write down their name and what specifically you're going to do and the date that you do it. So you're like, yes, okay, I got this done. This many people, I want to, make them feel special in this period of time, and then when you're done, cross it off. The next one is to invest in something that is scary. So investing, like, it could be scary because you don't think that you could do it. It could be scary because it's a lot of money. It could be scary for both of those reasons. So invest, like, take the time to think about what do you need to do, like if it's a seminar or if it's a product or if it's delegating something out, like paying somebody to do something for you, something that needs to get done, but you're scared and you haven't done it yet. For me, that's the Smart Success Seminar. I've been wanting to do that for 3 years, and the cost scares the shit out of me, and I also am like, I don't know if I can hang with the big dogs who go to that. That's freaking scary. So I'm doing it this year. And so as I'm listening to this podcast, all of these, I'm like, oh, ding, ding, ding. All these things are coming up. So make an investment in the next 90 days, something that scares you, no matter what the scary part is. This one is pretty specific. This is something that I always have trouble with, especially if you have issues with like sticking to time management. Like everybody knows I'm great at making schedules. It's the actual consistency of sticking to it that I have a problem with. So number 3 is take 3 hours every single week and schedule time to actually implement all of the shit that you're learning. So we're all listening to podcasts, we're all reading books, we're all following coaches, and we're thinking, oh, that's a great idea. That's a great idea. That's a great idea. And then we never do anything with it because we're just constantly shoving our brain full of more really awesome ideas that we never implement. So 3 scheduled hours every week for the next 90 days to actually sit down and do the things that we're learning about. Number 4 is do something every week. And everybody knows Chalene Johnson is very into relationships and making sure that your home life is mashed up with your business life. Like if your priorities if there's a disconnect, you're going to be unhappy at home and your business is not going to thrive. So the number 4 one is every single week, do something for your significant other, whether you're married, you have a boyfriend, it's a friend, a sister, a mom, your son, your daughter, whoever is like your most important person in your life. Do something every week, so 12 different things over the next 90 days that makes them feel significant, like they matter. I know a lot of us can kind of get overwhelmed with the Beachbody world, and we're on our computers and we're on our phones and we're doing everything, and we kind of don't really make quality time as in we're all getting better at it. But if you make a specific time or a specific activity or a specific thing that you're doing for that person every single week, she says it's going to help you. So we shall see. I can't imagine that she would be wrong. Number 5, which is also much easier said than done. So I think this is where accountability will really help us out together. Commit to doing that thing, which I'll expand upon that, which makes the biggest things happen when you actually do it. So what is the thing that when you do it, your business moves forward, no matter what? She said for her, it's teaching in front of the camera and sharing that on social media. That's her thing. If she doesn't do that, her business doesn't move forward. I felt like for me, and I don't know if you want to take this as one of them, feel free. For me, I really think that it's actually talking to people about challenges and coaching and actually engaging in conversation. When I'm doing that, my business is moving forward, and I'm not consistent with doing that. So whatever that thing is for you, whether it's creating content, making videos, talking to people, whatever your thing is, figure out you're going to do it for X number of hours every single week for the next 90 days. That's number 5. Number 6. These ones are a little bit quicker. Number 6 is something that you're going to give up for 90 days. So something that you do but you don't need to do, or you do, what was that? Yeah. I was trying to think of things, like there's a lot of things that I would love to give up. I would love to give up cleaning my house. I would love to give up working my full-time job. There's a lot of things that I would love to give up. But the thing that I think I find myself doing, and talk to people that are close to you to kind of figure out what that thing is, because it might not stick out to you. I was kind of thinking about it, and I ran it by Matt, and he agreed that I mindless scroll through Facebook, Instagram, and Pinterest all the time, but I think I'm getting ideas for stuff. No, I'm not. Or I'm just jamming my brain full of stuff that I don't have time to implement because there's too many other things to do. So mindless scrolling is one of those things that it's like a crackhead trying to get off of crack. It's very difficult, especially because we all have all those apps on our phone. Excuse me, we have to use them. So it's a work in progress. But I am going to try my damnedest to stop mindless scrolling, because it does nothing for me. Number 7 is, we all know that we're more productive when we're active. So pick a weekly fitness goal, not a weight loss goal, not anything like that. But like mine, for example, which is tougher said than done these lately days with my growing body. My goal is that I'm going to be active, and I wear my little Fitbit thing, which is charging right now. So it tells me, yours is charging too. Everybody's charging because we're all just sitting here, not burning any calories. So mine is, I want to be active, like the little thing on your app that tells you had X amount of active minutes this day. I want to be active for 30 minutes 4 times a week. That's my goal. I'm in a new realm of fitness right now. But pick a goal of you want to be moving X number of minutes, X number of days.
Isn't it crazy how I thought I was at first, like I was going out of my mind with boredom by the end, but it was so crazy. Like I physically could not work out.
Yeah.
My pregnancy. It's crazy.
I couldn't for the first probably 13 to 14 weeks. Then I just fell into a plot of laziness because I hadn't done it for so long. And then I thought I almost was going to die when I went to Zumba.
I'm telling you.
I was like, I'm doing this. I don't care. And I had to modify the weirdest stuff. And the weirdest things. I'm like, I can't do that.
Yeah. And you think you're like, okay, well, I've only gained 20 pounds so far. That's not huge, in comparison to some other people who have gained. My cousin gained like 75 pounds on her pregnancy. I'm 20, maybe 30 pounds, whatever. You're so fucking out of breath.
Yeah.
Like, you can't do anything.
I'm like, my lungs don't work. This is not working for me. I can't breathe.
I know, it's rough.
I think just my diaphragm is moving up. It's going to be in my throat pretty soon. My boobs are in the way, but whatever. It's just keep moving up. I can't breathe. So even just talking, I'm kind of out of breath when I talk and I get excited. So whatever your fitness goal is, it's fine. It does not have to be working out for an hour, 7 days a week. I have tried to do that before, and it just sets me up for failure. So whatever it is, if you, right now, I'm on the plan of, I just want to go for a walk with my dog 3 days a week because I just need to get moving. And that gets my heart pumping. So whatever your fitness goal is. Number 8 is a restorative goal. So something, Chalene Johnson calls it pure joy. Something that you're going to do, you're going to make, put it in your calendar, and you're going to do it every single week, something that you just love to do. It has nothing related to productivity. It has nothing related to moving your business forward. It's just completely to reset yourself. Whether it's, she gave a bunch of examples, like if you want to go get a massage once a week, get your nails done, sleep in on the weekend, spend Sunday watching Netflix on your couch, whatever it is that's going to rejuvenate you every week, make it a point to write that down and you're going to do it every single week for the next 12 weeks. I still haven't figured mine out yet because there's too many to pick from. I have to choose something. Number 9, which is what I'm doing right now, is schedule a mastermind group to share these 10, 11 steps with 5 other people. So this is the one where she said, just do it once. Within the 90 days, you can do it more often if you choose. But it's kind of the system of, if you teach something, you get better at it. The more people that you have that know about this system and are doing it with you, the more accountability you'll have. And what I was thinking, I've been reaching out to other people too. I wanted to do it obviously with you guys first because I'm most comfortable with you. But you can even do it with people who are, it doesn't have to be coaches. It doesn't have to be your team. You can just do it with anybody who has a business of any kind, because these topics are not Beachbody specific, which is cool because you can apply them to anything that, if you have a business, you can apply these things and it will help you. So schedule something. She recommended that you share this assignment with people who are movers, pushers, people who are opinionated, people who are doers, people who are like us, that we're going to pick up and move with it. So sometime within the next 90 days, number 9 is to schedule a call like this or in person or whatever with about 5 people. She said you don't want to get it to be too much more than 5 people because then it gets overwhelming with too many voices. Number 10 is a specific goal related to your earnings in the next 90 days. So above and beyond what you're making right now, what you would like to increase your income by X amount of dollars over what you're already doing in the next 90 days. Now, this should be something that kind of scares you, where you're like, oh, that's kind of a lot, but not like she actually said. She's like, don't tell me you're going to make $1 million in 90 days because that shit is not realistic. But don't say you're going to make $200 more in 90 days because that's not high enough. So something that if you really think, like, if you break it down and you're like, okay, if I'm really focused, if I really spend the next 90 days doing these items that are going to move my business forward and I really put my all into it, I think I could really do this over the next 90 days. And Kaylee and I have had a conversation. I posted it actually after we had that conversation about, like, specifically how many challenge packs you have to sell. And it didn't even include a team bonus of any kind. So it's simply your own sales, how to increase your income and get residual income over time. So that picture is in the team page. I don't think it's a document. I think it's an actual photo. But that is in the pictures of that page. And it gives you, like, if you're going to hit Success Club 5 every month, or if you're going to hit Success Club 10, it tells you, like, this is how much money you're going to make if you sell these many challenge packs and you retain these people, and show them the value of Shakeology and keep them drinking Shakeology every month. That will be your income. So if you want to use that, like, as a guideline to kind of, what you're going to do. And then I always think your team bonus is it's just that, it's a bonus. It's above and beyond, because you can't really, you can kind of figure it out based on your volume, but it's much more complicated to figure out what your team cycle bonus is going to be. But you can figure out, like, if I sell 10 challenge packs and I make $50 on each challenge pack, that's $500. Like, it's much easier to figure out. So figure out a specific 90-day goal for your income above and beyond. That's a little scary, but you could do it if you really said, okay, I'm really going to set my mind to this and I'm going to do it, even though it's kind of scary. Number 11, how could Shailene Johnson have a list about goals without talking about a push goal? So I think you guys have all read Push. So what is the goal that's going to make that income goal happen? So what is the thing that you need to do over the next 90 days, every day, to make sure that the income goal is met? Because that's the whole point of this, is making more money in 90 days. So whatever that may be, it might be a little bit differently worded for all of us, but whatever that thing is that you're like, yeah, that is going to definitely help me make this income goal if I do X, Y, Z. So those are the 11 steps, tips, goals, whatever you want to call them. And I think if we all work together and we're all doing it on the same type of time frame, we can all help hold each other accountable, because that's the biggest thing. Especially I'm finding for myself, I always had trouble with consistency before, but now it's even worse. I'm like all over the place, like a crazy person. So I'm going to stop the recording now, so everybody that didn't get on can listen to the actual tips and write them down, and then we can kind of chat for about another 10 minutes left on the call. So I'm going to stop the recording.